What are the top citizenships that wealthy investors and entrepreneurs are getting that you should be looking at in order to have a plan B, escape your high-tax country in the case of the United States, or protect yourself against restrictive governments and regulations that might be coming your way? In this video, let's discuss the top 3 citizenship by investment programs my wealthiest clients are picking, and I've seen the most wealthy entrepreneurs and investors pick. You're gonna love these 3 options. We're gonna discuss the requirements, who are they for, and should you consider them for your passport portfolio. The first country is St Kitts and Nevis. It's the one that I picked. My wealthiest clients choose to have St Kitts and Nevis, specifically the US citizens that want to renounce US citizenship. St Kitts is sort of the platinum brand. They're the best citizenship program out there if you count out Malta, because obviously Malta has the European Union and more visa-free access, but St Kitts has the most visa-free access out of all of the Caribbean countries, and it has the most respect and it's most well known around the world. That's really relative. Some people know other countries more, some people respect other countries more, but at least it's viewed in that way. The processing time is quite fast, 5 to 6 months. Mine took 5.5 for the passport to arrive. And the requirements are you either do a donation of 150,000 US dollars for a single person. You can also do with the limited time offer, which is stopping in December 31, 2021. So basically in the next couple of weeks, if you start the application now, you can still add on your spouse and your children for 150,000. So that would be for a family of 4. If you wait until 2022, the price is going up to 195,000. So if you do it within the next month, pretty much, or the next couple of weeks, then you have the 150,000 for a family of 4. So it is one of the relatively cheaper programs for a family of 4. For just one person, it's one of the most expensive programs compared to the other ones that we're going to mention. This is for the donation. If you want to do the real estate, you can either do 200,000 and sell it after 7 years, or 400,000 and sell it after 5 years, plus some fees on top of that. You have a 35,000 contribution fee to the real estate, and also for the spouse you have a 20,000 fee for the real estate. So you're looking, if you're doing the 400,000, you're looking at a 450, 460 plus lawyer fees. You're looking at a $500,000 investment. I typically don't recommend buying real estate in the Caribbean. I am from the Caribbean. I'm from Puerto Rico. We have a lot of hurricanes. It's hard to sell your property. Prices change dramatically, specifically for these programs, and they are government approved real estate. You can't just buy and negotiate and buy the right property that you want. You need to buy one that the government has already approved. So overall, a really bad deal. And there's also a lot of scams, specifically here in Dubai, the UAE, and all of the Middle East. There's a ton of scams going around. So be careful who you choose in order to do your citizenship program. St. Kitts has access to many countries all over the world. Obviously the Schengen area, the UK, Russia, many countries in Latin America, in Central America, in Asia. So you definitely have really good visa-free travel, apart from the top 4 that everybody wants to go to: US, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. But I think if you're a wealthy entrepreneur and investor, you probably don't want to go to those countries that are turning into absolute dictatorships. So if you don't care about those 4 countries, then definitely a great passport to have. I have it, I voted with my money, and I think it's one of the best options out there, and one that my wealthiest people are choosing as their passport. The second country that my wealthiest clients and the wealthiest people are choosing is St. Lucia, the island that nomad capitalist Andrew Henderson, a person that I know personally, I've talked to him a couple of times, he actually shows St. Lucia because it's a little bit under the radar. The price is cheaper at $100,000 for a single applicant. For a single applicant with spouse, you're looking at $140,000, so it is slightly cheaper than St. Kitts. You don't have as much visa-free travel, for example, to Russia. St. Lucia doesn't have it, St. Kitts has it, and a lot of people like visiting Russia or other countries that St. Kitts has, but St. Lucia doesn't. St. Lucia is a little bit under the radar. Not many people know about this island. When they first see it, it's like, what is this thing? For example, when you go to passport control, they might know St. Kitts or they might not know both of them, but they're probably gonna know more St. Kitts than they know St. Lucia. And the passport is pretty good because it shows you where actually the island is. Very close to St. Kitts, very close to all the different islands in the Caribbean. I think if you want a very cheap passport that at least gives you the ability to travel to the Schengen area, to the UK and other countries in order to replace your US passport, or just have another passport that you want to add on to the passports that you already have, it's definitely the cheapest one that you can can get, along with the other one that I'm going to mention in a bit if you are just a single person. If you want to add a spouse, and you can just add them for another $40,000. If you want to do the real estate, you also have an option of $300,000 US in an approved real estate project. I don't recommend it. You also have fees of $30,000 and then $45,000 if you're applying with a spouse. And St. Lucia also has a bond program if you're looking to invest in government bonds of $500,000 and then keep it in those bonds and then liquidate those bonds after a while. So you don't need to take the money out in a donation or into real estate. You can just invest in bonds, get your passport, and get that money back after a couple of years so your company doesn't suffer and you can keep that money in the balance sheet. Definitely a great option that I recommend to some clients depending on their particular situation. What are they looking for? If they're just looking for a fast, cheaper option, definitely St. Lucia would be a great one that I would look at. And the last country that my clients are choosing specifically because it's also quite cheap and it is very popular, to be honest. It's one of those programs that has the most volume. I was talking to my lawyer recently, the lawyer that helps me and my clients go through their citizenship by investment process and get them their passport. He was saying that 80% of their applications are actually from this country. It is Dominica, the island of Dominica. It is quite popular. A lot of sketchy people have gotten this passport. That's why I don't recommend it too much. It is one of the cheaper ones at $100,000 for the main applicant, $150,000 for the spouse. So if you count in the limited time offer of St. Kitts, they're pretty much the same price. You do have a few more countries with St. Kitts than you do with Dominica, but definitely it tends to be a little bit faster processing. Dominica has a lot more applications, so it is more systemized, and a lot of agents around the world, they know how to do Dominica. They've done thousands of passports for Dominica and they know what the process is. Some countries all over the world, they actually know the deal. I remember I was flying from Dubai to the Maldives and there was a guy right next to me from Turkey. I could tell because he was speaking Turkish a little bit and I heard some words and I thought, okay, this guy's from Turkey, and he showed up with a Dominica passport. The woman looked at the passport and she said, "You're from Dominica?" Oh, I get it. You bought it. That was sort of the expression that she had. She didn't really say that, but she didn't really understand. The guy looked Turkish, but he was from Dominica. And then she kind of figured out, oh, okay, he was born in Turkey. This passport is probably a citizenship by investment. People know what the deal is, specifically with St. Kitts, with Dominica. If you mention, I have a passport from Dominica, the banks, the people all over the world will know, okay, you probably bought it if you weren't born in Dominica, if you were born in the US or Canada or Russia or wherever you were born. So definitely a passport that is well known around the world. I wouldn't say the most respected passport is well known, like Dominica, Vanuatu, which I talked about before, but it is one that the sketchy people have gotten away with, and it is one that has some criminals that have gotten that passport and then committed some crimes or committed crimes and then have gotten that passport. I don't typically recommend it. I would recommend St. Lucia first, and then after St. Lucia, I would say Dominica could also be a great option for you. So my order of preference, if you were to look at a Caribbean citizenship by investment program, if you're looking for the cheapest option, it would be St. Lucia and Dominica. If you're looking for the overall best option, it would be St. Kitts, St. Lucia, Dominica. I would also add in Grenada next to St. Kitts because Grenada is quite respected. It has a lot of visa-free travel, specifically to China, and you can get the E2 visa to the United States if you want to do you and your spouse at $200,000. So with the discount in St. Kitts, Grenada tends to be more expensive for one person, $150,000. So it is the same price as St. Kitts for one person, but it is more expensive for two people. So whether you are doing it alone or with family, that all changes the different options that you have. That's why it's important to book a call with me and go through the exact process, look at the different requirements, look at what you are looking to do with your passport. Maybe you're just looking to get out of the US and you want the fastest, cheapest passport available, then I might recommend St. Lucia. If you want the best, most respected passport, I might recommend St. Kitts or Grenada. If you're looking at real estate, I might recommend other things. Dominica, for example, has a $200,000 deal with real estate with $25,000 fees for the main applicant, and applicant with spouse $35,000 US in fees. So depending on what you're looking for, what your goal is with this passport, and how much you're willing to pay, then that determines your best option. If you want to find out what the best option is for you, depending on your particular situation, click that first link in the description, book a one-on-one call with me. Let's go through exactly which passport you need. Maybe it's not in the Caribbean, maybe it's somewhere else in Europe, maybe North Macedonia, maybe Vanuatu, the different programs all over the world. Maybe you don't need citizenship. All you need is a residence permit or a company in Dubai. Let's go through this one by one, one-to-one, so we can see all the different options that you have. Click that link, book a call right now. And if you want to find out all of the passports for sale all over the world, the best and the most available citizenship by investment programs all over the world. Click the video that's gonna pop up right here, the top 10 passports for sale all over the world that you can buy right now and get your passport in the next 3 to 12 months. Check the video right now, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, that like button down below, and comment below your questions. I'm happy to answer them. I try to answer all of the comments on this channel, so let me know your questions. I look forward to seeing you on the next video.